Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Caribbean. Today I'm in Jamaica. Let's go check out some islands. Welcome back, everyone. Our first destination is the beautiful cruise terminal of Falmouth, Jamaica. It's pretty new, and it's co-owned by Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. I didn't arrive by Royal Caribbean. I arrived on a different cruise line. Well, with that obligatory photo out of the way, I figured before I started my adventure, I was going to check out the beautiful cruise terminal. Now, this cruise terminal had everything you'd expect, from high-end jewelry stores to food and drink and lots of musical entertainment. And of course, no cruise port would be complete without a marketplace where you could pick up a souvenir or various crafts made by a local artisan. But my goal was to get outside of the cruise terminal and see a little bit of Jamaica. I saw a passing sign that said the Falmouth Trolley. It sounded like a pretty fun thing to do. All I had to do was find the trolley now. Now, it was going to be pretty hot that day, and I wasn't sure if being out in the open was going to be the easiest. But I guess I lucked out because the trolley wasn't running for the next 2 hours. So I had to find a new excursion. This time I was going to look for a bus, and hopefully one that was air-conditioned. Well, I found a bus and found an excursion. I just didn't know where the excursion was going exactly. But I knew it was going to be quick and it was going to be fun. Just a short distance from the gate, I saw my first point of interest, which was the William Knibb High School, the former high school of the world's fastest man, Usain Bolt. I knew I had about 30 more minutes of driving before I arrived at my location, so I got to enjoy some wonderful countryside and the beach. Where I was going today was a historic landmark in Montego Bay called Rose Hall. It was a famous Jamaican Georgian plantation house that's now a museum and tour. The plantation's great house was built around 1780 on 650 acres. It's an excellent example of Georgian architecture. It didn't always look like this, though. The house was renovated in the 1960s by a former Miss America contestant. This is how it looked before the renovation. Now, there's a wonderful tour attached to this building, but for the sake of this video, I skipped the crowd and went off and did my own tour. I thoroughly enjoyed the building. Even though the floors were extra creaky, I think it was really beautiful inside with the furniture and decor. The tour sometimes focuses on the spooky legend of Annie Palmer, known as the White Witch. It's said that after having murdered 3 husbands, her ghost still roams the grounds to this day. Though it's been proven a fictitious story, it still makes for a fun tour at night. And of course, I had to check upstairs for the bedrooms. I was really looking to see if there was any air conditioning up there, but no such luck. It was hot. So outside I went, and I was told that if I looked around on the grounds, I might find a secret entrance to the building, underground. Well, I did find an underground entrance, but I'm not too sure how secret it was. Still, I had to check it out to see where it went. And where did this secret tunnel lead me? Well, I should have known. To a restaurant that sold a whole bunch of rum. Oh well. Well, I had seen pretty much all of the house and the grounds at this point, but the tour was ongoing, so I had a little bit of time to kill. I couldn't figure out what to do. Then I remembered there was an interesting mall that was connected to the grounds. I figured I'd go there and wait until the bus was ready to leave. Well, I made it back on the bus just in time to learn a little bit about Jamaican culture.
Once you're in Jamaica, ladies, take it from your tour guide. Any male man approached and said, "Woman, you look trash or you look wicked. You're looking absolutely gorgeous. You are the creme de la creme. The diamond in the rough, you're number one."
So it was back to the cruise ship terminal from where I began. But I had already seen all of these shops before, and I didn't feel that I had seen Jamaica or any of its residents.
Well, the port of Falmouth has its own marketplace, just like every other port, but let's go into the old town and see what that's like.
Now, just like some of the other vlogs I've done, I've been to this location more than once, so this is an amalgam of those visits. Hopefully it isn't too confusing. The area I was looking for was a historic market called Albert George Market. It's over 100 years old, and it was the largest of all the markets on the island. You can recognize it from its unique clock tower that you can see anywhere in the square. Now, every time I'm in the Albert George Market, I like to find a place where there's a little bit of shade, and that place is called Water Circle. It's where the major aqueduct for the city in the 1700s was. Today it's been renovated and a fountain has replaced it. It's somewhere I always go on every single trip. I've actually included some footage from other trips so you can tell that I was being serious, that I've been here before. And yes, I did wear the same shirt just to throw you off. Hopefully it worked. I asked one of the vendors if he knew of any place in the area that most people overlooked. He thought about it, laughed, and said, "Our courthouse, where they filmed the movie." I asked what movie he was referring to, and he laughed again. He said just look for a yellow building and I'd know when I saw it. So it was off to find a yellow building. Okay, so it's not that courthouse. But it is the courthouse of Falmouth, Jamaica, built in 1815, and it burnt down in the 1920s. It's been rebuilt several times since then, and I've seen it on so many postcards that I just had to climb its stairs to get to the top to get a picture of myself just to say I was there. Oh, and did I mention it was one of the hottest days of the trip? Well, it was almost time to get back to the ship, but there was still one more location I wanted to visit before I ended the day. It was a war memorial, and if you've seen my other vlogs, you know that whenever there's a memorial to the Allied fallen soldiers of World War I and World War II, I like to pay my respects, and I did. I even ran across the Falmouth trolley on the way back. It was a good thing I didn't take it, because I enjoyed doing this trip much more on foot. And as I was heading back to the cruise ship and through the terminal, I couldn't resist just one last picture. And with that, it was back onto the ship and for the highlight of the day, to meet up with my father for dinner.
Well, hello, Dad. We're having dinner, but did you see it's raining outside?
Yes, I did. There's a cruise ship next to us that is much larger. It's called the Azure of the Seas, and it has 4,500 passengers, I think, on it. Wow, that's beside the crew. Anyway, it did not hamper, the rain did not hamper our jaunt. We had a wonderful day, and now we're going to have a wonderful dinner.
And true to form, it was a good dinner. As we pulled away from the dock and the rain continued, it turned into a pretty big storm. But by the next day, it had all cleared up. Now on this trip, one of the days was New Year's Eve. And since it was time to get ready for the special festivities tonight, I figured I'd include this footage as a special bonus, at least to myself, to remember the wonderful evening we had. Now while you've already seen us have dinner, I thought I would include this because for me, no trip with my dad would be complete without me hearing his trademark line.
Happy New Year!
Thank you so much for watching the video to the very end. And if you enjoyed it, well, here's a few others you might enjoy too. But most important, a very big thank you to all those who liked, subscribed, and left positive comments about the videos. It's made them a joy to make. And if you've already subscribed, don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you'll be notified on the next time a video pops up. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.